Hello everyone, my name is Lilith, and this is the Chronicles of the Anathaema Ascendent, a Warhammer 40K Rogue Trader campaign. I wanted to preface this video with a kind of a note, just to let everyone know that the players and the GM, which is myself, are new to this system. None of us have played a Warhammer 40K game before, so a lot of the rules and just how things work are new to us, and they're a little bit different than most of the RPG tabletop games that we've played in the past, like Pathfinder. So we're going to get rules wrong, we're going to do things wrong, so just kind of bear with us as we kind of figure things out. Also on that note, we are newer to the Warhammer 40k universe in general. Some of us have played some video games and such, but none of us are real Warhammer 40k lore nerds. So we're probably going to get some of that stuff wrong too, and we're just going to make shit up as we go. So I hope you enjoy it, and welcome to the first episode.
Oh, sure.
Enjoy.
I'm Mecharius. I'm not going to give you my last name yet. I haven't quite decided. But I'm an from a noble-born world. Basically, I was trained all my life to be a, hence very charismatic, those and the appropriate skills. But at my graduation ceremony, let's say things went south, and rather than have a big fleet behind me, I had a big corrupted fleet that had to be destroyed. So I destroyed my fleet and an ally's in order to not die horribly. And yeah, I lost basically everything in it. So found warrant of trade, trying to recover what is, quote, rightful.
All right. Who wants to go next?
I can go.
All right.
So, I am Posthumus Almos. I was born on Holy Terra and moved out to one of the Imperial worlds soon after that. I come from a very prestigious navigator house, House Almos. And I had been sent to aid the military in navigating the fleet through the warp. Due to some unfortunate incident, I may or may not have been declared deceased and can no longer collect wages in the Imperial Navy. And as such, I have to find work where I can, which has led me to this lovely ship and you good people.
Don't worry, I would happily welcome you aboard.
Good might be a little bit of a stretch, but
Whatever you want to believe, sir.
Yep, there you go, exactly. Whatever keeps you sane. All right, and that leaves Shepard.
Who's not a Discord?
What in the heck? Where did he go?
I didn't even hear him disconnect.
I didn't either. He's a ninja. Uh-oh. I like how he says net died, but yet he's typing in Roll20. You're silly.
I'm back for the moment.
Huh?
Okay, well, do you want to introduce your character? Jason?
Yeah, sorry. I apologize. I didn't hear you. Yeah, so my guy's name is Shepard. He is going to be the group's explorator. Yep. I don't know if I'm supposed to emphasize that, but who cares? As far as looks and aesthetics, you see me, and I'm pretty robed, though there's kind of scratches, holes, rips all through it, but that's more because all the mechanical shit attached to me needs to connect and go out somewhere. You know, it's got to be free. I'd say I'm about 80% machine and about 20% flesh. Whether I'm real, I believe so. You'll notice my trusty companion, who I will always refer to as Grandpa, is tagging along next to me. Pretty much everybody just assumes he is your normal servo skull. Other than that, people tend to think that I have a wild and crazy theory that has thrown me out of basically taking me out of high pristine in a lot of regards, laughed, mocked. I'm hell-bent on proving it. Consequences be damned. Finally able to get on a ship where I met these lovely folks and get to see what kind of problems we get into before I can convince them to help me solve mine.
As long as it's not heresy, I have no problem with it. Feel free. And if it is heresy, don't you do it in front of everyone.
So do it and then tell everybody you told me to. Gotcha.
No, I said don't do it in front of everyone. I didn't say do it.
What was that? I should do it? Okay.
By all means, let's see who has the most influence to tell the truth and lie.
That is true. You would probably win in that regard.
I'd just shoot them if they didn't believe me.
I also believe that. All right. Oops. All right. So I know I told you weren't going to start in Port Wander, but I changed my mind. So we drop into your adventure as you are on Port Wander. From a distance, the port resembles a small cityscape, with spires and cathedral towers arcing upwards and a huge aquila marking its allegiance to the god emperor. Numerous long piers protrude from the sides with spider-like docking fixtures, ready to bring in a ship and anchor it to the station. Smaller shuttle bays dot the station, where numerous small craft carry cargo and people between ships and the station. Deep crevices run along the station, showing the slow layers of expansion through the many decades, and the somewhat patchwork nature of many of them includes parts from small vessels, such as the nearly intact hull of the Solstice Imperialis, grafted onto one of the sides of the stations many centuries ago. Further construction and external maintenance is constant, so you'll see servitors crawling over areas of damaged or expansion like flies over a bloated metal beast. On the underside of the station are the main repair yards, where damaged ships can contract out for refurbishment and mending, and the yards include entire sealed dry dock bays, where smaller ships can be totally enclosed for more intensive work. Also along the station's keel are a variety of elaborate and mysterious arrays and probes used by the Adeptus Mechanicus in their arcane research into the nature of the warp passage leading through the great warp storms to the Cronus expanse beyond. So you guys have been here for several days already, and your crew is already pretty much ready to just get back into the expanse of space and set forth on your adventures and explore. Okay, so how would you pronounce the name of your ship?
Sorry, Anathaema.
Okay, that's what I thought, but I wanted to make sure. The Anathaema Ascendent. Your ship has been mostly loaded, though it's still waiting for a few supplies to be brought over. You've all heard many different tales of places that would bring you closer to fame and make you quite rich. From the tales of the Chaos Raiders and Renegades who live off the planet Iniquity, to the Xenos mazes of the Igarian Dominion, or the pleasure world of Solus and Carmine. It seems that there are also many tales of people vanishing, lost to the storms of raiders, and even a few tales of ghost ships being seen. With adventures waiting ahead, is there anything else that you feel like you need to buy or would like to see before you leave the port and head out?
There's a million questions to be asked, but
Then ask
what
them.
what are the major rumors circulating around the station?
Mostly right now, you've heard a lot of rumors about mostly people going missing in what is it? mostly down like in the unbeholden reaches. People have been venturing out there for months now and no one's been returning. So they're not sure if it's just a matter of people getting, you know, their ships destroyed or just calamity happening. They just aren't sure.
Okay. Shit. There's a million things to do. Do any of you have major wants? Sorry, I'm pulling the map up now so I can.
As far as my guy, you notice he probably spent most of the majority of the time on the ship, claiming that someone must take care. And with that, he does still get to hear some of the rumors going on because I'm not completely devoid of spending time in town. Those such rumors that was just explained is something I probably would have heard and would incredibly pique my interest. So as you come in, I would one of those casually be fixing something near the door while you come in and would be constantly asking you, have you heard any new rumors? Or can we go check things out? You know, just kind of pressuring for more information and kind of directing you. We should go that way, regardless of whether you care or listen to me.
So you do actually have a want for going this way. All right.
Essentially, you know, weird shit's happening, and I'm curious.
Do you have any other questions, or did you guys have any places that you wanted to go on the station at all?
No, just wherever the captain wants to go, I will do my best to plot a course, and we'll head that way.
And I would also like to have some, if possible, information about the, quote, ghost ships you referred to that. If possible.
There hasn't been a whole lot of information. Like, no one's really sure whose ships they are. Most of the time, it's either just a quick glimpse when they're in the warp. So they're not sure if they're actually, like, seeing an actual ship or if they're going kind of crazy or what's happening. But there is a couple of instances where they've seen a ship that definitely doesn't seem fully materialized coming to aid when someone was being attacked by, like, a raider. And then there's also been times where there's been a couple of people who have been out in the reaches where no one's really been traveling a whole lot, and there's been ghost ships that have come and attacked them, and they've barely made it out with their life, or so the tales say.
I won't lie. As you're kind of explaining these, the fading in and out, kind of can see, kind of can't. My immediate thought went to like Babylon 5 and those weird like spaceships in the beginning of those. I don't remember if anybody's remember what.
The Shadows.
There we go. I couldn't remember, or maybe the Shadows what they were called, but I don't remember the name of like the ships anymore. But it's been so fucking long. But that's what popped in.
Would I be able to roll Forbidden Lore Warp to see if I know of this being a relatively common occurrence?
Sure.
I guess it's no.
You're not really sure. You've heard stories before, but you are not sure if they're like a common occurrence or not. Get those bad rolls out now.
At the moment, it seems like going to the unbeholden reaches has most benefit for us. If nothing else, we can find the people. And if we don't find the people, maybe we can find their ships. Worth more than people, but...
I mean,
well, definitely. I think adding another ship to our fleet would be one step closer to an armada.
Yeah, and even in the worst case, if we can't afford to repair it or whatnot, we can easily sell it more than likely to profit value.
Push come to shove, we can scrap it, whatever's on there.
Yeah, true.
They might have navigation charts, which may come in handy.
Oh yeah, and you get a bonus on that, I think, from the bridge. But yeah, I say the Unbeholden Breaches is destination. Jesus Christ, how long of a trip is that?
Oh, that'd be a very long trip. All right, so you're gonna head back to your ship then and just make preparations to leave.
Yeah, looks like.
Okay. As you come to the Anathema Ascendant, one of your loading crews comes up to you, Mecharius, and he looks really nervous. And he's just kind of like, Lord Commander. He kind of shifts around a little bit. Sir, this was found, stabbed into one of the crates, and he hands you a note that he is holding by like the corner, like as if he really doesn't want to touch it, and a knife. Looking at it, you can kind of understand why. The note is not written on like a data slate. It's written on some kind of weird organic material, and it's also written in blood, potentially. It's red, at least. And let me get you a copy of that.
Gonna guess it kind of looks like flesh and kind of smells like blood. I have a bad feeling I know who it is, who it's from, but oh well.
Let's see here. All players. Alright, you should be able to see a mysterious note.
Yep. Before we set course for the Unbeholden Reaches, I'd like to stop at the Hermit.
Do you want to make any kind of tests to kind of figure out maybe where it was from, or what the material is, or any clues about the note?
Yeah, let's see. I don't think literacy would count for like knowing who wrote it.
No, but I think you could probably roll like logic to kind of deduce some things that are said in there.
Okay, we'll definitely roll with that. Logic. Yep. And modifier 0. What do I?
Yeah. Okay. You can easily deduce from the first line that you're pretty sure has something to do with graduation. And that obviously there's something at the Hermitage's gate, or the Hermitage. And there's literal instructions on how to get the clue. That's what the second half is about.
I think at the point where while he's reading down there, I happen to pass by the open dock gate to kind of glance down, and I see him kind of staring at this something, and I look around and I see pretty much all the rest of the shit's loaded, and yet he's standing there. So I'm going to just literally, well, as prompt as I guess the awkward look of me walking would be, question, Captain,
Yes.
why do we dally? Are we not set course?
Yes. Set course for the Hermitage. We'll leave from there for. Shit, what's the name of the place? The Waste Baron? Unbeholden Reach.
Oh, Unbeholden Reach. I was thinking something Expanse for whatever reason.
Besides, the Hermitage is basically the last stop before we leave the.
a pretty map.
Oh, shit. She pulled it up. Nice. Oh, yeah. They made a hell of a map on this.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, where'd you get that right part from?
I found them combined together. And I thought that was pretty useful, so in case you guys want to go somewhere back into like the Calixis sector, because potentially there's stuff you could do there as well, so especially once you get an armada. I mean, shit.
That's assuming we make it that far.
Always hope for the best, expect the worst.
I guess I'm looking on the left-hand side. I'm trying to find out where we are, and then the hermit thing he was talking about.
So you are right there. I even have a little ship for you there.
Oh, okay, I see that now.
So, and then the hermitage is right here. It's kind of got a line go through it. And then,
oh, okay, I was looking much further across than that.
And then the Unbeholden Reaches is at the very bottom left.
Oh, okay, I see that now. CJ's image on my screen covered it up.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I've got, I don't have pictures up on my Roll20.
Settings, what is it? Minimalist? Regular? No. Names only. Boop.
All right. Well, I guess the question is, do you want to ask around to see if anyone had actually seen anyone who'd left the note?
Yeah, definitely worth it. I mean, I know who it is, or at least who it's. Inquiry, I guess.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, you asked the guy that had given you the note and the knife, and he said that he wasn't there when it was like put there. Like he just was going to load the box in, and it literally was in there.
And just tell them to get ready and board.
Okay. You also could look at the knife. That's
Recognize.
you might be able to recognize
if there's any
something on that.
Do you want logic, perception? What do you want for that?
Maybe intelligence to maybe kind of jog your memory to see if you could figure out if you've seen the knife before or if you know who it belongs to.
No clue.
You have no clue, but you think it might be kind of expensive. It's got like engravings on it, and it's got like a red gem adorning the handle. If you want, you could see how much you think it's worth with an evaluate, if you care.
I'll see, but I'm definitely just going to keep it on my person.
Yeah, you know, it's probably pretty expensive, and would probably get you a fair penny if you wanted, or fair, I guess, throne. Okay. Fortunately, that's not a whole lot you got from it, but there's always chances that maybe you'll figure something out.
Yeah, there's future chances for me to screw up or succeed.
All right, so you guys load up and take off?
Unless I got more to do, indeed, towards the Hermitage.
So I have a question, and it's actually for Scott. How pissed would your character be if I only addressed you as pilot?
He's not the pilot.
Not very much.
Oh, that's
And
right. He isn't the pilot. Wait, oh, you're the navigator, not the pilot of it.
No, I'm fairly laid back when it comes to what I'm willing to put up with as far as the crew goes, to a certain extent. Names are not very important. However, slights against my honor or belittling would, like, more serious than just frivolities of name, would be very poorly taken.
I don't know why I thought you were the pilot for a split second, actually, so it makes no mind. Ignore.
I thought I was a pilot too. And then I'm like, wait, I don't get any piloting skills until like 7. So that sucks.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Because realistically, you would think that you would be. So, yeah, when I was looking at all this stuff, I'm like, God, who even gets pilot skills? And I was just like going through the list. I'm like, geez, there's not very many people.
Back.
I mean,
Hopefully
technically,
you skill up until by the time our pilot dies.
well, you know, you may get there or you may die before he even gets a chance. Okay. Whoopsies. All right, so you guys board, get everything set, and take off. It is a short warp jump to there. Will take about 2 days. So I'll actually need Posthumous to make some rolls here.
Don't forget your bonuses from ship stuff.
What are the bonuses for that?
There's one from the whole. Hold on, I have it on my ship.
So how are you figuring out days? Are we assuming that for every 2 squares it's a day?
Not necessarily, because there could be obstacles that we gotta zigzag around. Basically, it's just whatever Miranda decides, that's what we go with.
Pretty
And
much.
then
And that's fine. I just happen to look at it and natural me decides, oh, well, there's 4 spaces. So
Yeah, that's the thing with traveling in the warp is that things are kind of vague on how like time works, because if you're taking like a path that's like regularly traveled, there's tons of maps and everything on how to get through. Easy peasy. Like from here to the Hermitage will be fine. Like, you know, it'll take that long because it's a known route. You've probably actually done it a couple of times at least. So it's something that's kind of well known, so it's easy enough to do. Whereas once you get out past that point, it's kind of up in the air until you kind of establish some routes for yourself, pretty much. Or you come across maps.
AKA our navigator.
Well, I mean, yes, he's gonna have... He'll have issues with some of it, like... Not necessarily issues, but... The more you guys are out there and the more you guys are taking the same routes, he'll become more comfortable with navigating in general. And I just deleted something I needed.
It's kind of like driving the same route to work. You just kind of get used to it and don't even think about it.
It's autopilot.
Oh, so you've woke up at work before too?
Yep. Not while I was driving, though.
No, it's more of one of those things that, like, you remember waking up and then you realize you're at work and you're like, I have no memory of getting...
Yeah, thankfully that doesn't happen too often.
that happens to me all the time driving. I'll start thinking about some shit. Autopilot me's got this shit handled. I'm sitting there thinking about shit. I'm like, fuck, man, we're already almost home. Oops.
Or when you drive past where you're actually wanting to go when you're not going to work, but you're taking the same route?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know how many times like I picked Miranda up, like when she was working at the Gordy's, and sometimes I'd just fuck up and I'd make that right turn on the way back, and I was like, guess we're going past the airport.
All right, so it looks like I need to do a navigation warp to figure out an estimate first. So do I get the +10 for the novice primer on this roll?
No, because you're not in that area.
Okay, gotcha.
That's actually more northeast. It's a little blue spot.
Okay, and then Siege, what bonus is it for the ship upgrade that we got?
+10 from the Warpsbane hole.
Is that to just all navigation rolls, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure yes. Let me double.
The estimate you won't have to actually make because this is a well-known route, so we can skip that.
Okay.
You just know it should take about 2 days, unless you're like super amazing.
Yep. +10 bonus period. Navigating through the warp. Sorry, have to be specific.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, that would not be for that.
Nope. So then stage 2 would be location of the Astronomicon. So that'd be an ordinary, which is +10 awareness test.
Geek. I don't really want -3 on that. So why don't I burn a fate point?
No.
Early for this.
Use, not burn.
No, yeah, use. I can't burn for this. All right.
Sorry, me and Jay apparently read that rule very clearly.
Better.
I'll
That's only -10.
Well, I suck a little less, everybody, but I'm telling no one.
It'll take a little bit longer to get there than originally planned. And then
so he's helping navigate like Leon.
Yes.
Well, so that role was to find the Astronomicon.
Oh, yep. Sorry, that was the wrong thing. I was looking at the wrong chart. Yeah.
So I get a -10 on my next navigation warp.
Yes. So that would be charting the course.
Oh, so whatever you roll, if you roll a negative on that, you get negative whatever that front number is in the form of 10.
Right.
So if you did a 3, it would have been -30.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
And if you'd ran a positive, you'd get additional bonuses?
Yep.
Correct.
Okay, cool.
Kind of horrifying, but okay.
Can be.
All right, so this will be a flat 0 because I got a -10 from the awareness, +10 from the ship.
Yep, so then you'd also get a +10 for, so you'd actually get 1.4 degrees because it's an ordinary. It's an easy test, so.
Right. Okay, so
I guess that one was actually supposed to be secret too, which is fine. Okay, so let's see. So then we have steering the vessel.
What do you mean secret? Our navigator's not supposed to let us know how well he's doing?
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, when he's charting the course, he's basically trying to perceive, like, any turbulence or strange phenomena or storms lying in wait that'll affect the vessel, which is...
Think of it how you explain a stealth roll. You think you're the fucking best.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So he thinks he sees everything, but, which in this case he does see okay. So then we have actually steering the vessel. So let's.
And so would that be another navigation warp, or would that be a pilot test?
Let's see here. What was that? Sorry.
So yeah, it does look like this is a navigation warp modified
Yes.
by the navigator's perception. Oh, so the last one isn't modified by that. So it would have actually been 2.5 or 2 point whatever. So this is the one I get the neg 10 to.
You're right. Yep.
We'll get it. We'll get there eventually. All right. So this will be a flat roll.
Yep.
Ain't bad.
Okay. I'm fine with that.
Okay. That's not bad.
I have to admit, I really like this method for succeed fail.
Yeah. Me too.
Because it's not an outright, you fucking fail horribly, or you succeed like a god.
Well, yeah. It's nice that there's stages of degrees, like, stages of success and stages of failure, and that it's easy to see what that is without having to be like, oh, nope, it's a hidden number. You have no idea.
Yeah, because I'll be honest, like, in Pathfinder, it does not matter what you roll whatsoever. Because you don't know what you're ever fighting against. Like, stats-wise, number-wise, you're generally just...
Where this is, against your own skill, as opposed to, like, the only variance would be armor, where you have to do so much damage to get through the armor, plus your penetration.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I have to make a note that since I failed, if I'd rolled a 9 on either of the dice, we would have been thrown off course.
Yep. I was kind of expecting it. Just because the rolls tonight have already been so great.
What do you mean, negative, 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 negative?
It's like Roll20 knows which side you want it to be on, high or low, and it just chooses the opposite.
100%.
So actually, since you failed, you still make it to the right destination, but it does take longer than you were expecting it to.
Oh, I guess that's kind of a really important thing to ask that I haven't. What's the star date or date beginning?
Star date. All right.
What would you like it to be? Because I didn't think about that.
1.
Did you just say 1?
Yes. This way we have a very easy starting numeral to begin with.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right, how many days did it take?
4.
All right, start date 5.
Nope. Okay, so it took 4 days in warp space. So it's 4 days for you guys. But in real time, it takes actually longer. So real space...
And we're not going to know.
So real space and warp space go at 2 different speeds, pretty much. So while you're in the immaterium, actual regular days are just going by. So it's actually, there's more real days passing than when you're in warp. So the 4 days it took you in warp probably we'll say was about 10 days in real time.
Okay.
And you don't have to worry, for the most part, about passage of time, which is one of the nice things about 40K, is that it's all warpy craziness.
Pretty much.
Oh, okay.
As long as you know that if Miranda says you guys are running low on supplies, we better think about hitting a garden world or something to restock. But
Garden world? Where do you see those? Oh, agro world. Okay.
well, garden worlds are like pleasure worlds, and agro worlds are either or. I mean, a hive world we can get supplies from too.
Not all agri worlds though have food on them, FYI.
Interesting. Okay.
Pretty much it's anything that you can, any kind of resource pretty much that you can like use. Like, so sometimes it's not plant life, but it's just a world of water. and they use
resource
that.
worlds.
Yes, exactly. So it depends. Sometimes, yeah, they are just plant worlds or whatever, farm worlds, but not always. Okay.
All right.
All right. So now it looks like we're on step 5 of leaving the warp.
Or
I only have to roll to see how horrible our warp travel was.
Holy fuck, there's a lot of rolls of this.
Yeah.
This is like one of the more entailed things.
So we're shooting for the far edge where there's nothing around anywhere, because why else would you?
right. And that's the thing with you leave warp space too, is usually you leave far enough away and then you just fly closer.
Which is exactly why we go far, far away. Because if we'd have tried to get right to the planet with 5 degrees of failure, we'd have been inside the planet.
Yeah.
So with that roll, you ended up like super, super close. Like pretty much almost right on top of it. Like if you would have rolled any worse, you probably would have landed inside of it.
All right. Even, we're going port side, odd, whatever's the opposite of port. Starboard?
Yeah, starboard, yeah. Believe me, I kept looking up frickin' sides because I couldn't remember which side was which and what was the front and what was the back and what was the top and what was the bottom. I'm like, oh my god, I had to keep referencing back. I'm like, what the heck is it?
I made a picture for that because I don't know it.
I was looking at a picture because I was like, I cannot remember ever.
Like, if y'all actually look in the quote useful stuff, there's a lot of pictures of shit I made just because some of it's a pain in the ass.
Fair enough.
All right, so we wound up on starboard.
All right, so you come out of the warp pretty much right on top of it, like you're almost like scraping it. And the pilot kind of starts moving you guys, the ship, just a little bit further away so we don't actually accidentally crash into it. This is it. This is the Hermitage. In the midst of the Mistaken Age, a tiny ministorum sect paid vast sums for someone to carry their void station, this station, the Hermitage, out into the halo stars. They cast the hermits forth from its hold at the Conclave, a station then known for the frequency with which vessels met to trade for rumors of what lay beyond. The outer reaches of the Hermitage have crumpled and open to the void now. So you can see kind of the interior part of the station, actually from the side that you guys are on, because it's kind of a whole side open.
Are you telling me there's an empty space station?
The thing is there's still hermits that live here, so it's mostly empty. But the thing is you know that this station has been used as kind of a place to leave hidden messages for another person, and for doing kind of like some clandestine trade. It's kind of a neutral zone. No one really monitors it per se. So it's kind of a nice little hideaway for people to leave messages, secret messages to each other.
A getaway for those that don't want to be found?
Yeah.
All right, let me tab over.
Captain.
Yes?
What exactly is it that we intend to do here? Doesn't seem to be anyone here.
Hopefully there is nothing here, but sadly I expect our past stalks us. Let me think.
Our past?
Yeah, our past.
But we've just met recently.
My past, then.
Oh.
All right. I'm going to go to, obviously, onto the station. Damn it! Work! And yeah, I'm taking a small security force with me. Let's say like 3. And you're about to see how much of a dick I am.
So you're just going by yourself onto this?
Y'all can come. I'm not going to make you. I know Scott doesn't.
Do you guys want to roll an awareness test to see if you can actually see if there's any other ships nearby?
Oh, right. Sorry. Detection. I don't know. Do I? No, I don't have that. That's a ship's.
Oops.
I don't feel very good about it.
I'll roll awareness, though. This probably won't go well.
Oh, good God. I don't expect you'll run into any trouble out there. You'll be fine.
And you really don't see any other ships. It looks pretty empty, which is normal as far as you know.
Okay, and let me say, depending on how many of my party come with me, will dictate how big my security force is. Does that?
Makes sense.
I think at this point, as you probably have your little security team go to you, and you see that I'm just finishing up touches as part of the passage where you're walking by. I just finished up deal because it looks like something smashed a pipe, and I'm repairing it. Oh, Captain, are you leaving this ship?
Unfortunately, I had audio issues during this part. It shouldn't happen again. I know what happened, and I didn't realize it for a while. So there's a big chunk cut out of this episode. Hopefully it shouldn't happen in the future. But I will give you kind of a middle ground of what happened. Posthumous, Shepard, and Mecharius boarded the space station Hermitage along with a couple of bodyguards. They talked to a hermit to try and get directions and realized they were on the right side of the ship. They went down a hall and 2 hired guns came out of a room which they were ransacking. And Mecharius put a bullet in one's head, and Shepard punched through the others, pretty much literally. And there was lots of blood and gore. Mecharius right now is trying to figure out the puzzle from his note. And Posthumous is trying to convince Shepard to punch through the wall / the floor to look for whatever the guys in the room were looking for. So that is where we leave you. Thank you.
In this case, I don't really think I'd be using the weapon. I'd just be using strength at this point, wouldn't I?
I mean, it's up to you.
I mean, I can use the weapon. I'm just, part of me is a little bit afraid that I might punch too far.
That's a valid concern.
So
As long as we're not like stumbling upon a warp core, we should be fine. I start stepping away slowly.
So I think I'll use for the first go, just because I'm kind of high on what just happened. So I want one of those Hail Mary sideways sluggers, just coming from the side and kind of scraping across and just ripping through as much space of the long wall inside the room that I can.
Okay. It's just a lot of screeching metal and it sounds absolutely terrible. Anyone that's in this ship probably heard that. But you don't see anything. You just pretty much put a hole in the wall.
And so I look over to Posthumous and I'm like, is wonderful as the idea is, maybe violence won't solve everything.
It was a thought.
Sometimes a fun thought. But so
Has
with me in the room,
anyone thought of trying to pull the knife out after you've turned it to see if it opens up something?
then leave the knife in its place. Knock it through. God damn. Overly complicated part.
I wasn't going to say shit, but
Unlock it, knock 3 times, re-engage the lock, and leave it there. Now what happens?
The wall, you couldn't see the creases before where the wall was like where anything would pop out, but there's a good probably maybe 2 foot by 1 foot high section comes out like a drawer. And inside is a box. It's a metal box, and it looks pretty rusty. Do you grab it?
I'm thinking.
Is there any way we could search for any tech bound to it that calls for explosions or traps rigged or anything like that?
Sure. If you want to do like a tech use or a scrutiny or some kind of looking for anything kind of skill, that's fine.
Yeah, basically, do you see something I can't? Trust me, y'all can.
You don't see anything. It looks perfectly fine. It looks like a normal run-of-the-mill, albeit old, metal box. No tech on it at all.
There's no tech or mechanical wiring. So if there is a trap, it will be rudimentary and very basic. My only suggestion is possibly do not take a deep breath when opening.
Yeah, about that. After a long moment of inspection and consideration, I reach in, grab it, and take it out of the whatever it's in thing. I'm not going to open it yet. I'm taking it with me.
Okay. As soon as you pull the box out, the stone drawer essentially goes back into the wall. And it's like nothing was ever there, except the knife is still in there, obviously.
Might I advise
Can I remove the
reacquiring
an Shepard, what did you say?
Oh, more or less as I was in character saying it, might I advise reacquiring our asset in the world?
Yeah. I don't want anyone knowing we were here, so can I remove them?
You can.
Oh, I have a bad feeling about this, but I take it with me.
Now, are you sure you want to remove this banner? It appears to be covering up that hole.
I want to take the banner so no one knows who was here. Actually, on that note, please take all the banners. Make sure there's nothing left.
So do you guys all go through and find any other banners you can find and pull them off walls and stuff, or do you send your guards to do it, or?
I just want to make sure the room specifically is cleared of any markings in the hall. I really don't care too much about. Anyone could have came through here at any time. I wouldn't worry about that as much.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's really any other banners around. Just like Imperial banners, nothing specific to any household or anything.
Works for me, as long as no one knows we were here. Well, I know someone knows we were here at some, but everyone else doesn't. And that's the part that matters to me most. Congratulations, we've almost made it through them all.
Now you have a rusted box, and when you picked it up, and as you're carrying it, just little teeny flecks of rust kind of like flake away. Like it's kind of actually kind of gross.
I hope you have your up to date on your tetanus shot.
Oh, one way or another.
Do you just leave the ship then, or do you check out the rest of it, or what do you want to do?
Sorry,
I
I don't
wanna-
mean to cut in. Oh, go ahead.
Ask the hermits when he came, if any of them, the nearby ones, would of when he, came to the station.
Wait, what was that? I don't understand what you're saying.
I want to know roughly how long he's been here. If any of the hermits, quote unquote, close to this area are aware of how long.
You don't see any hermits around at all. Even if you go back to like where the other one came from, he's not there anymore. So you don't really know where he went.
Or no logs or anything to kind of guess when he appeared at.
None that you can really see. Like if you go down the center path, it leads to like a giant, like basically a church. Which I mean, it's gorgeous in there, but there's no people in there, and it's just religious text in there. I mean, you could wander the ship some if you want, or the station if you want to, but I mean, it's decent size, so it might take a while.
No, I don't think I want to get lost on this hellhole. Let's head off.
Of course.
All right, you make it back to the little ship, and pilot will take you back to your big ship, and then what do you want to do from there?
Along the way, we see a couple like exposed pipes. I'm pretty sure I'm going to catch a couple attention after. Maybe the first one they probably don't care, but after like the third or fourth one that I broke off and gathered, I imagine everybody looks at me, and I just feel like, well, we have a couple things that are gathering rust, and these are less rusty, so I have some repairs to do.
Surprisingly, no hermits or anything came when you made a bunch of noise, and no one's bothered you about it.
Well, I meant like the rest of the group
Yeah.
looking at me like, what the fuck are you doing?
If you're acquiring
Seems
these supplies
perfectly
and
normal to me.
goods, you think I would mind? You're operating in my behest.
Shepard seems intent in laying down pipe. Who am I to stop him?
Just once you're done, please head back to the ship. We have places.
Well, I'm just breaking them off as we're going along. I'm keeping up.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So yeah, you guys make it back. You don't really meet anyone on the way. You make it back to your ship. You don't really see anyone. No other ships have arrived or anything. It's still just you out there. And I think that's a good spot to stop for a break, because I need to use the bathroom and grab something to drink. And so I don't want to just take like 10 or something.
All right, all right.
Works for me.
Alright, so we have a box. Are you going to open the box?
Better not be a void grenade.
That'd be so mean.
The question, are we back on
ships to open this void grenade?
Yeah, are we just on the mini ship, or are we actually back to our ship?
Back to your ship.
Then I immediately walk the fuck away to go start repairs.
I head back to the bridge.
Yep. Let's see how horrible warp travel is across a lot of VUs.
Wait, just to put a little bit of, I don't know, paranoia in your head. What happens if whatever's in the box activates when we go to work?
You'll find out.
Sorry, won't.
No. I promise you. Because it's going to be on the bridge with me.
So have we established what the fuck Shane's character's doing during all this?
No.
I just figure he's off doing astropath things, talking to people in other places. Basically phone calling home.
He's basically literally our long-range communicator.
Yep. So he's probably actually like calling in that you guys have made it to Port Wander and whatever random shit and just getting news from other places and such.
Admittedly, the Calaxis sector is very fucking dense and...
Yeah.
Well, Captain, shall I set a course?
Yes, for the... Damn it. Unbeholden Reef.
Alright.
And you can... I'm just going to... This is out of character. You can make maps if the travel is, quote, fast.
Let's see about that.
Yeah, it's not always advantageous.
Let's see here. What page was that on?
But you do have bonus.
83.
Let's see. So stage 1, determine the duration.
Okay.
So that doesn't look like that involves me.
Nope, that's just a me.
Okay. And then my estimate. So navigation warp test.
The best we have is
Okay.
you get to choose how bad it is for us.
Let's see here. There
When
was a-
rolling on table 7-4 warp travel encounters. Oh god. Oh god.
This
You
is
get
just
to
the
select.
estimate. So based on my roll, how long do I think it'll take?
Oh, You're thinking that it'll probably take about a year to get there.
This should be about 14 months, Captain.
This is out of character, but that's fucking 52 back-to-back warp.
It'll probably be fine. Don't worry about it. Do we have the supplies to make that trip, Captain?
I don't know. How does warp time travel?
It would feel
Well,
like
it will take us approximately 14 months.
I don't know. Do I have the
Sucker.
supplies for that, G? I doubt I would have a year's supply
I
on.
I was gonna say you could probably try and make smaller jumps and see if you couldn't find resources on another planet, but you definitely do not have a year 14 months worth of supplies. You have probably I'd say maybe 3 months. So what are you thinking?
I'm kind of thinking either routing down to the Foundling Worlds to, I can't even say that, Scenarius Maleficum, whatever. God damn it. And then over to the,
It should bypass most of the warp storms that were problematic. So
yeah, okay, we could do the Foundling Worlds and then head to Repton 4, whatever it's called here. And then over to the Unbeholden Reaches. So let's try the Foundling Worlds first, then. If it's going to take us over a year to jump to the Unbeholden Reach, not possible.
well, sometimes I find it is best to break up the travel a little bit. It's good for the men to set down boots on the ground, let them recharge a bit. Good for morale.
Yeah, that's a good point. I need to look at those worlds. Unclassified, unclassified, unclassified. Well, there's a lot to learn. So give us a estimated travel time to the Foundling World. Let's say False Hope first. Though I don't plan to stop there for long. I don't know. Do we want to go to Demarius?
I find it's best to set a course and be firm in your decision.
Head to Grace, the core of the Foundling World. Put us closest to everything.
All right, so to Grace.
Okay.
That should be a fairly simple. Oh wait, that's Forbidden Lore. Why am I doing Forbidden Lore?
Oh.
Good God. I should be doing...
I didn't catch that either.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same. It's actually the same skill, but...
Or actually,
yeah, if you want me to...
awareness, isn't it, for the first one?
No. Awareness comes second, finding the Astronomicon.
Oh, okay, that's right, yeah.
Alright, so navigation, not stellar. Let's do the proper skill this time. Navigation water. Slightly better.
Okay, now did you want that one to be for the Unbeholden Reaches or for going to the new place? Since you rolled wrong for the first one.
I did. Well, alright, so 1, the first one, 2, the second one. First one, so there we go.
Okay. You don't think it would take a year. No, you think it'd be closer to, maybe, probably about 4 months.
Yeah, Captain, based on these charts I have, I think we could probably do it in 4 months. There might be a little bit of wiggle room there depending on the current state of affairs, but I'm confident that we can make it in 4.
Just pushing the supplies really thin. The men won't like it.
Well, push comes to shove, we could exit the warp early. As to where that might put us.
That is a very good statement. No, I say the Foundling World's grace. It's closer. It's hopefully less troublesome.
Well, warp travel is tedious. It could take us just as long to get to the Foundling World.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying please roll and we'll decide.
Alright, so plotting a course for... Which one was it that you wanted to go to in the Foundling Worlds?
Grace.
Alright.
Even if you fuck the roll, we'll wind up near something more than likely.
There's a terrible warp storm around Grace currently. That would be far worse. I assume, right, Miranda?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. We're pushing towards the unbeholden reaches. I'm going to have to be pushing a lot of... Hold on. Alt-tab.
Yeah, he's like... You could take, 4 or 5 months to get to unbeholden reaches, or, 3 months to get to Grace. It's not much of a difference.
It's not that much better. And all the worlds down in the Foundling Worlds really aren't understood as even better than the Unbeholden Worlds.
And I'm somewhere in the bowels of the ship having no idea what the fuck's going on and where the hell we're headed at the moment, but I just know where we're gonna.
You're having a merry time laying pipe. You're fine.
You're doing your thing. You're good. Yeah, we're pushing to the unbeholden reaches, as stupid as it is. This makes my head hurt.
It's gonna be funny if we somehow die. Shane missed nothing.
Don't you have the do it best, or can't you encourage with these rolls?
Yeah, I'm about to. I just got to make sure I read it right and do everything. Yeah, I give you plus 10% as a free action, but we're not in combat, so it doesn't matter.
Alright, so you're sure it's plus 10%, not plus 10?
Exceptional leader. As a free action once per round, the rogue trader may grant an ally that he can see and who can hear him plus 10% on any one skill. Or any one.
Alright. So, awareness to find the Astronomicon. Oh no, I am re-rolling the fuck out of that. What the hell did I roll?
A fucking 99!
You crit failed, pretty much.
Yeah, there goes my last fate point. So, 3... Okay, 1 degree.
I'll fucking take it.
Or is that a degree of success, or is that on the nubbin? I think
That's
it's on the nubbin.
Yeah. It's success,
Failure.
but it's
That's
not
funny.
a degree of success.
It's exactly what my awareness is. So the plus 3 was the additional.
So you don't get any pluses or minuses, which it's better than getting a minus. So.
And that's why I'll take it.
Yep.
So then we
All
need
right.
your warp tests. Another navigation warp test.
And do I get the +10 from the Novice Prima?
No, because you're not. The part that you get the +10 for was for specifically the Winter Scales
you're
realm.
Right, you're right.
And you're heading in the complete other direction.
All right. So navigation warp at a +0. These fucking dice.
No shit.
82.
All right.
Well, it is what it is.
I
How
Yep.
bad is that?
really bad. Really, really, really fucking bad. Because
so
we've
we
already
have-
ran out of supply.
Charting the course.
6 failure. All right. All right, and then you do one more navigation warp to determine the.
I was supposed to get a +10 to that.
Yeah, but it would have made it a minus, or it would have been a 2.6.
Yep. Okay. It will influence the chance of avoiding serious warp encounters. Okay.
Yes.
So steering the vessel,
This will
modified by perception.
Yep. So it's a plus nothing.
Yep. All right. So it's a flat warp test.
This determines the accuracy and the travel time.
Hey, perfect.
Travel time. That's what I'm thankful for.
Yep.
And with 2 degrees of success, you reach it in half the duration.
So we're not out of supply.
I told you there's some wiggle room.
As a character, I totally believed it.
But as someone who's seen Roll20.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
All right.
I think that's one of the first things, if I ever win the lottery, that I'm going to do. Make a Roll20, but make a good one.
Roll20 is not bad.
No, it just has anti-karma. If you're a good person, fuck off.
All right, so now...
Then you just need to be more evil.
I'm trying! World isn't exactly supportive of the idea.
Each roll for warp encounters gains +20 if the navigator succeeded, which I didn't.
Okay.
All right, so how many warp encounter rolls do we need to make?
Let's see here. 5.
Okay. Do you want to do secret rolls on those, or how do you want these to play out?
I think y'all should do it secret.
Stage 3. So am I reading it right that it's just you just roll a D100 and then add whatever you got from the...
If I would have gotten bonuses, it would have added 20 to the rolls, but since I got negatives, it doesn't look like there's any negative aspect to that I'm seeing.
Yeah, I don't see it either, so... Okay. So I guess, yeah, if you want to do you want me to roll it or do you want to roll it?
It's up to you. We get a lot to roll. So, I mean, technically, each of us could roll one, and then there'd be one left over.
Okay, yeah.
I have a crazy idea.
Yeah.
Since on warp travel, the GM's supposed to roll twice. Why don't the GM roll once and the navigator roll once? And then, because we have the warp vein hole, you choose how badly we're fucked.
Oh yeah, what does the Warpsbane hole do?
+10 on navigation checks while navigating the warp, and whenever it comes to the bad shit of traveling the warp, he literally gets to select the route between the two different dies.
Oh, let me.
I
read
built this
this.
ship with a fucking idea. It's not
Oh,
accidental.
that's right. So what you're saying is we roll, each of us roll one per roll that we have, and then I pick what happens.
Technicality within the rules, the GM rolls them both, and you just pick whatever. But you doesn't make really that much difference.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
roll 20 roll.
So yeah, so for the first one, why don't you roll two of them, two D100s, Scott, and then you can choose which one you want to choose for the result, because we have to do this 5 times.
Oh, I'll take 97.
One. Oops.
Pull this in so I can see how bad this is.
Do 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 do. 97 is actually good.
This is, yeah. That's the thing about the warp thing. I was telling CJ we should like switch it up so that we don't know what the actual thing is.
Yeah, I think I might do that for the next time around. I'll give them random numbers between the two, or between them. They're between each one.
I would almost be in favor of these just being rolled by you with dice, and then that way we don't know what happens, and you can let us know as shit escalates.
Well, see, you, because of our hole, get to select between the two different options. So that just flat out doesn't work. Sorry.
That's true.
Like I said,
if you want to secret roll them to do secret rolls with me, and we can just use the chart that we have, we can do it that way.
Yeah, I personally don't want to know. That's why I'm not even looking at shit.
Or
I
everyone
see a
can just not look.
43, and I don't know, so I'm not looking.
Yeah, literally, y'all can look at it and us not. I don't care that much. Like I said, okay, let me express one of my quote talents on my. Where is it? Basically, I look at y'all as the most talented people in the world, in the universe. If anyone insults you, I take offense to it. So I don't question your abilities. Does that make sense?
Maybe you should, but...
Oh, I know I should. But I'm a zealous megalomaniac, so I sought these fuckers out for the idea that they don't suck. But hey, our zealous megalomaniac.
Hey, roll 20 owes me something.
Oh, but Jay, there's a catch there. I don't question your ability. I question you. Why do you think I've made such a, quote, big deal of heresy? I don't care, as long as you do your job and don't be a...
Oof.
I don't want to look. Just let me know later how fucking awful.
This one gives interesting choices.
Well, it's on him to choose, not us. It literally states it's the navigator who chooses.
I know. So after a while, I mean, you're going along good. You guys have been out probably, oh, I don't know, 13, somewhere between 13 and 16 days. And that's when you hear a lot of people really not excited per se, but they're definitely, something's got their attention. And if you look out your starboard side, you can see just a little bit of a ship. And it's not solid like your ship is. And you're pretty sure that this is what the rumors were talking about. Ghost ships.
This is the point where I want to like call out to Shane's character and tell him to scan the ship / lock on target. Would it be scrutiny test? I know the ship has an ability or some shit related to it. Detect.
Well, I mean, your ship's sensors do detect phantom ship. Like, they do detect them, but they're only there for, it's just there for a little bit, and then it disappears. And then it pops back up in a different spot, and then it disappears. So it's like, it's not staying in the same spot, but it's like following you. But it's there and not there. Like it's like a blip in the sensor. Like it pops on, pops off, pops on, pops off.
Okay, I'm going to do a stupid thing. Can we scan it or hail it or notice any marking on it whatsoever relating to House, the Imperium, Xenos? I don't care. Some marking on it to let me know something.
It does look like it would have been from the Imperium. You're not really sure. Like, you can't make out any like defining like house symbols or anything like that, but it does look fairly large. Like it might be a cruiser.
Having been able to, I guess at some point I get, my work gets interrupted by the commotion and I see it, and obviously excitement kind of fills me after getting to actually see it. Do I have anything that, I'd be able to try to identify a little more information about it, not just what type class the ship is. Maybe I actually know more about what this is and the abnormality that it is.
Let me see here.
As far as Forbidden Lore, I only have Adeptus Mechanicus and the Archeo. If I don't, that's fine. I just thought I'd ask.
I don't know that any particular, like, you wouldn't necessarily know anything about the specific ships in general. But you could roll a, let me just make sure this makes sense really quick. Common lore. Common lore. Oops. Okay, nope. I'd say maybe make an intelligence roll.
Impressive.
So
Intelligence is my high stat.
Yep. So while you don't really know much about like where the ship comes from, it does look older. Like probably hasn't been used. That like specific design hasn't been used for probably a couple of 100 years at least, if not 1,000. And the feeling you get while looking at it kind of gives you the same feeling that you felt before when shit went down on the other ship.
Immediately at that recognition, I think I run for the first time, probably as fast as anybody's ever seen me hobble/run. I just barrel into the bridge, which is a place I typically don't go unless I have to. And instead of that soft, kind of echoey voice, it's kind of a high-pitched excitement. Captain, you have to get me on one of those.
God, can we maintain a lock on the ship for now? God damn it, this is terrifying. I don't want to do this to you, but if you insist, I can make it happen.
Unfortunately, it's just not solid enough to just keep a lock on it. Like it keeps fading in and out, and it's there but not there, and you're not sure how there it actually is there. How like actually there it is when you can see it, and then fades away and it comes back, and you're not sure that you could even teleport him onto there with your technology. That you might just be sending him into nothingness.
Right now, Shepard, we would lose you, and I cannot afford more than anything. Yes, I want you on that ship to speak to them so that I can speak to them. But I do not trust warp travel and the teleportarium in combination. Maybe in normal space, if they appear and we can get a solid lock to put you on them, please. I don't know what the exact name is. The Zero Suit.
I have a void suit or whatever it is.
Yeah, void suit, basically. Have your void suit on you. We will put you out there as soon as or as fast as possible if you are ready.
You're gonna see me. I'm gonna kind of go back through the conversation where you start. And you kind of give me the dismay. That's when I grab you, and I don't mean to grab you as rough as I mean to, but then you hear my voice squeak, and you see like this kind of. It's a mixture between a kind of an oily substance and a little bit of a clear tear. Like one side has kind of like a brownish tear, the other side has like a clear tear. And I say, I must know. Please get me on that. And then because I'm not listening to a fucking thing you're saying. And then you get to the point that we'll try to get you on there. And suddenly you see me race out to go to get. You see me just haul ass out. And I said, I will be back with my suit.
That is truly the kind of dedication I want. But please, be a little more aware of what has happened.
Do remember, my character is eccentric about this sort of shit.
Oh, and I'm totally entertaining your ideas. I'm not denying you what you want. I'm just telling you when it can be safely done. Without doubt, it will be. But I'm not willing to lose you or Grandpa. How would Grandpa deal without you now?
Captain, I don't think that the teleportarium is necessarily a good idea. If nothing else, just send out our pilots on a
We're
transport.
in the warp.
Right, but the warp is weird, but not completely unstable. Teleporting out into the warp, we may never be able to locate a human again, but at least on the transport, they would be able to come back to the ship. I don't think that that's actually a ship that's within the warp. I think that's an after him. The warp plays games with your mind.
Do you think you could convince Shepard of this?
No, I don't, which is why I'm saying send him out on a transport instead of the teleportarium, which is something that you told him that you would do when I
in normal space. I did not agree to it in warp. Warp is the one space I will never use that.
No, it's no less reliable in the warp than in material, but
it's more of a, and this is out of RP, of a, my character doesn't understand the warp like your character does.
Yeah, exactly. This is why we're having this back and forth. It's different, but not as unpredictable as you might think.
Maybe one day. For now, most definitely, it's not going to happen on this day.
I imagine this train comes back next week. So what I missed, guys? Well, we lost Shepard in the middle of the warp because he wanted to go chase phantom ships. Maybe one day we'll see him again.
I really don't want to send you out, but at the moment, I'm
not sure. Have you seen him? He went out to get his void suit. I don't think there's any stopping him.
There's options. There's always
He's got to
options.
find a pilot to take him.
I promise I'm not just going to jump out of the ship after. I'm not that stupid.
Well, I will say he probably knows how to use the teleportarium better than any of us.
That's true.
That's not a question.
I think
he has the only tech use on our fucking team.
I think the ship is the safest option.
Dying.
From my understanding, he'll go out there, he'll attempt to dock in the ship, and the dock won't be there. He'll come back. He might have the sniffles for a little bit, but at least we tried.
I'm not disagreeing. As far as this goes, this is the least shitty of the options by far, but there is no such thing as a good option to a zealot. Trust me, I know.
My concern is that if we don't give him this option, he could lead a revolt and turn the ship against you. And none of us want that.
Oh, I'm giving him this option. I'm not certain he could lead a revolt, but hey, crazy people have been known to do crazy things. I totally am giving you a shuttle to attempt it. And if you can find a pilot willing to fly you over there, by all means. I will not convince any of it.
Okay, sorry, I had to piss. So there is actually something to do. We may not even get to this. I may not even end up needing this. So there's something to do. So I'm going back, and I realized in my excitement I kind of just left Grandpa just dangling in the hallway. So I kind of grab him as I'm running back and rush into the room trying to get my void suit. I decide I'm going to have a conversation with Grandpa. Obviously, Miranda, you get to choose how this goes, whether there's actual responses as far as what I think I'm getting, whether they're actually happening or not. I'm kind of talking to him like, Grandpa, there's something special. It's one of these ships. Can you hear the voices?
He definitely replies to you and says that he can.
That he can't?
He can.
Oh, he can.
I hear them too.
It's excellent. It's one step to what we're trying to prove. We have to go, no matter the cost. Do you want to go with Grandpa?
Yes, we should go together, for sure. You need to do this.
All right, and at this point, I imagine we're having this conversation. I've gotten Jeff jumped into that void suit like no other, nobody's business, and then I'm literally dragging Grandpa as quick as I fucking can, like just hobbita down the deal. I'm actually leaving my gloves. The only weapon I'm taking with me is my shock staff.
So who do you convince to fly him?
I would say at this point, since I don't know, the first pilot I pass by, I just grab him and say, "You're coming with me."
Ooh, do you have a command role?
It's a fucking success.
Wow. Yep, it happened.
This is great. Why did I get good rolls for all the bad ideas?
Oh my goodness.
And you were worried about Shane, CJ?
No. Well, I expect Shane to be crazy. You will fit your character 100%, and you know damn well I will always entertain RP.
I really expected to fail that command roll.
Oh, I totally expected that too. You found one dumb motherfucker who is not superstitious at all.
It was nice knowing you, Jay. Get ready to roll your new character.
Welcome to 40K.
Whatever. The thing is honestly, for the sake of RP, I could give two shits if I lose my character right now.
I don't mean it being the only one that's quote-unquote important to our air quotes mission is me.
I mean, because worst case I lose him, you stop somebody somewhere and you pick up another tech guy.
Yeah, I'll just stop at Concanid or somewhere.
Well,
Though I
there's
have
other
no-
guys probably on your ship too.
Touche.
Shepard's just the most eccentric.
I'm used to dealing with eccentric people at this point.
3.
And I think because of the fact that I didn't even find the pilot, or I found a pilot immediately and he agreed to go with, I don't even go back to the bridge. I go straight to the fucking ship.
Of course you did.
I gave you permission. I told you no teleportarium, and you're doing it without it. I can't be mad as much as I want to.
Oh my goodness.
And I also activate the once we get into the ship, I activate Grandpa's basically the video recording so we can record all.
That's good at least.
So even if I don't make it, and somebody finds Grandpa, they knows what the fuck happened.
If somebody finds Grandpa, they did something fucking amazing.
All right, dear GM, what happens?
Maneuverability test or piloting test.
Yeah.
I will say one thing about Warhammer or Rogue Trader. No matter what you're doing, there's a fucking test.
So, let's see here. I'm gonna give this guy a name. We're gonna call him Gerald. Gerald gets on the little shuttle, and after talking to you for a little bit, he's like, I'm really not sure this is a good idea. How far did you say that the fields reach around the ship? Like, we're staying in that, right?
Sure, I was told by the captain and the navigator that we should be able to safely do this. I just needed to get somebody that was available to pilot because our main pilot's currently piloting the main ship. So I was told that you were the next best one. So hello.
He kind of like sits up straighter and like puts his shoulders back. He's like nodding to himself. Yeah, I am the next best pilot. He's not, but he's definitely buying into your words.
And that's all I'm getting with that point one.
Let's see here. So, let me see.
I totally fucking forgot about Gellerfield.
I didn't. I had to look to see though, but it's like
I don't even know if my character, I mean, probably knows roughly it exists, but probably the fancy tech to it, probably no fucking idea. Don't care. That's somebody else's.
I have to bloody fucking interject. You're related to the Imperius Mechanism.
Well, yeah.
One, literally fucking no one knows more about technology than you.
Tech,
Period.
yes. But as far as like fielding and stuff like that, that's, well, yeah, I guess that would. That's true. I guess it would. I guess I was looking at the fielding as kind of something beyond just traditional tech knowledge and more
Yeah, sorry.
otherworldly type. No, that's fair.
it's a bit of magic and it's a bit of technology, but you would definitely know about it. It's crazy.
I'd still give it doesn't matter. Even if I think it was beyond fucking risky, I'd still give the same response.
Yeah, that's the scary part.
I was given exact permission and that it was okay to do it. So
you heard what you wanted to hear.
It's RP. I don't get mad at RP. When you break your character to play RP, yeah, I get fucking furious at that shit.
Now, the question is, do you think you could do a god tech roll to rig up a Gellerfield for the transport ship?
If anyone can do it, he's literally the only.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to try and do that.
Yeah, I mean, I can technically
use.
even try to plug into the ship to gain a plus 10 on this, so. Yeah, so you just
Fuck it, I'll give him a charm boost, wishing him the best of luck and hoping he doesn't. 10%.
So what, that's plus 10 from me to tech use, and then plus what from you?
10%. Mine's an odd bonus.
So that would put me at 55, so 10%, so that would put me at 60 then?
Yep. Double check.
Sure, I don't math.
Well, 10 for me, and if it's, because that put it 55, 10% of that, just move a decimal over, so that's 5.5. So
And
therefore, the modifier will be 15.
If we're using the base fate point rules, you can use a fate point to give yourself a plus 10.
I will use a fate then.
Forgot about that. He is right.
Okay. So that puts you up to what, 70.5?
So roughly only a 29% failure. I have to admit, Roll20 does rolls better than it should.
I rolled. I don't know what the fuck.
We'll see
Didn't
it.
pop up.
Well, what I mean by it does its rolls better than anything, because when it initially rolls 100% of the time, I don't see anything except for a blank square for a few seconds.
Oh, there it goes. They both popped up. The second one. So, as much as I'd like to use the 3.4, the 2.4 was first.
Okay. So yeah.
At least according to my screen.
Yep. Will you roll a 1d5? Okay. So you are able to do it, and you get it done relatively quickly too. Like, you are just energized and like pumped and like so excited about this. It only takes you 2 hours. So your little shuttle has its own little Gellerfield.
So for uninformed me, Gellerfield is basically what? Just a field that protects the shield or the whatever it is inside.
So Yeah, it creates a bubble of reality around the vessel, so that way when you go through the warp, the bad shit doesn't come in. It's basically what's protecting you from the demons of the warp.
Huh. Okay.
The warp can be really bad. Let me be just honest. Everything in this game can be really bad.
Yep.
And Shepard would know firsthand.
Yeah. I mean, at the age when that happened, probably wouldn't understand as much. I'd pretend like I understood more than I did at that age. But
Hey, I gained insanity by mine, so I'm pretty sure we all understand the universe sucks.
Yeah.
yeah, I only took 3 insanity from that shit, which is surprising.
Fuck you.
I think part of it was, I was terrified, but part of me was, I think, more intrigued as to what was going on, so maybe that's why the sanity wasn't as bad.
No, I kind of lean towards the terrified for mine because it was bad.
You had like 7, didn't you, or something?
Yeah, out of a 10, I rolled a 7. But, I also kind of wrote out the story that I quote-unquote destroyed 70% of my fleet, bare minimum.
That's true. And I think the only person that doesn't have any insanity at all is Posthumous there.
Yep.
Which is actually kind of amusing considering he deals with the warp all the time. Or maybe that is why he doesn't have any insanity. He figured that shit out fast.
He doesn't take it, he deals it.
Right.
Yep. And I'm probably the oldest motherfucker on this ship.
Yep. I'd say you could probably say that, yeah. Except for maybe Grandpa. Who knows? Who knows how old he is?
Yeah, I really don't know how old Grandpa is. Because people like me live for a long time. I'm young by I'm still probably young. I'd probably say the equivalent of the 20 bracket for somewhere in that general area is probably close to what the age bracket I'm at. But I try to act more mature than my age.
Didn't even fucking consider it when making the character. I had 2 characters in mind I was modeling mine after, so age didn't matter. Well, part of it was one of my characters like 1200 and the other is like 16, so averages.
So average equals 23?
Sure. Well, apparently only one of y'all has actually watched Code Geass, and sadly is the only player not.
Yeah.
So when I say I modeled my character after Lelouch V. Britannia and Alucard, the only one everyone will definitely understand is Alucard.
Yeah. Tell Shane that he needs to be here next week.
Part of me thinks that that's an anime you or Walls had me watch. I just don't remember much about it.
It's possible.
If I were to suggest any anime ever, it would always be Code Geass because it has the hands down bar none, unquestionable favorite character I've seen in anything ever. Because it is the only character in all time I have both loved, hated, and been revolted and sickened by and respected at the same time.
That's pretty special.
Yeah. So, if you can tell me any character you can think of that fills those roles, I would be very impressed.
Probably be something I'd have to think about, for sure. And probably
Walter
wouldn't come up
White.
with anything.
Oh no, I can't think of anything except for that character for that one explanation. Like, I watched the second season of Code Geass before I realized that, there was the first season.
Scott, did you say Walter White?
Of course.
Okay.
Not a bad comparison. Actually, one of the most accurate.
Well, anyway. So, Shepard.
So you need to roll nine rolls of 2d10 plus 25.
That's a lot of rolls.
Why do I have to do that?
So you're making a new character, right?
Oh. I was like, the fuck
Oh
are
shit,
you
it
talking
works. But it fucks up all hardcore.
So, you get the pilot to go out there with you. Let me make a
bastard.
let me make a roll for him. Let's see here. All right. That's actually, let's see here, a little over 1 degree of success. So the pilot is able to kind of fly out a ways, and it gets a little bit hard to fly. Like there's a lot of turbulence. And honestly, the look on his face is he's a little bit worried that he's not going to be able to do this. But you told him that he was the next best pilot, so he's trying. But the closer you get to the ghost ship, the more it seems to like disappear. Like it's moving backwards, like more into the warp, like further out of view. And you're not sure if it means it wants you to follow it, or if it's just leaving, or if it's shy. I mean, if you want to try and, I don't know.
Can I abuse my... God damn it, he's not...
Never
mind.
CJ, I want you are going to be the determining factor. So whatever you pick. So I'm going to say odd or even, and I need you to pick whether you think it's going to be odd or even. If it lands on whatever you pick, I'm convinced to come back to the ship. If it lands on not what you pick, I'm chasing after it. Because I'm going to say that basically the pilot just finally starts freaking out and says, fuck this, and forces me to go back if it wins in your favor.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. You're leaving it up to 100% RNG. We're going with even. Roll. Bye-bye, Jay.
I encourage him, keep going, we're almost there. It's showing us the way.
So he's like, okay, I mean, yeah, there could be loot on there, right? Like, there could be treasures. I could be famous. Going to a ghost ship. Yeah. You can tell he's kind of losing his oomph to follow you, but he's going a little bit further.
I kind of figured. That was why I kind of thought that was a good point to kind of decide, give the luck that the pilot's like, nah, fuck you, dude, and forcing it to go back. So I honestly figured the dice at that point were going to say, no, fuck your wishes, we're going back.
So he kind of keeps going out a little bit further, and you can see the ship pretty much in full view now. Like, it stopped moving, or it's moving at the same rate you are. And it definitely is a cruiser. You can see it pretty clearly now. And it's got like symbols on the side. You're not really sure what the symbols are, but if you've got something on you or around there that you could write them down.
Grandpa's taking video.
Oh, that's true. You don't hear anything. It's very, very quiet. Like, there's no... You can't even hear the sound of your own little ship. Like, it's dead quiet. And you don't see anything. Like, you don't see anyone, like, in any of the windows. Like, you're really close. But you don't see anywhere to dock. And you don't see, like, any seams anywhere on there. And you're not sure if it's actually a ship or if it's just like a vision.
At this point, if I can't see anything, because my natural instinct will be like, okay, dock. I don't see anything pertaining, so I'm gonna look to Grandpa. Grandpa, what should we do? I don't see. Are you still hearing the voices? Is there? Can you speak with them?
They're calling to us. They want us to board. It's on the other side.
I look to the pilot. You heard the man. It's on the other. The docking's on the other side. Hop to it.
The pilot kind of looks at you, and he's pretty sure now that he's made the wrong decision because he thinks that you're just seeing shit, like, and hearing shit, and he's like, oh fuck. I picked either the crazy one or this guy basically is losing his mind as we are getting further out here. So he flies a little bit closer and like up to the front. But all of a sudden there's like a lot of vibrations. And he's pretty much like, I don't think I can fly this any further in. Like, we're not gonna make it. We're gonna be torn apart. We're just too small of a ship.
I guess at this point, because I'm kind of not as focused on him, I'm kind of hearing the words. So we got to the front of it. Do I see a docking on the other side?
You really don't see much. There's a lot of like shifting of like energy. It almost is like fog. And you can't really see a whole lot of the side. But as far as you can see, you don't really see anything. You don't see what Grandpa was talking about.
Okay. So this is another one of those random moments. Scott, we're going to include you. Which one do you want? If you win, it's good decision. If you don't win, it's bad decision. So odd or even?
There's nothing more odd than this, so we're definitely going odd. And it's going to be fucking even, just because it was odd last time. Okay, it's odd.
Thank you, Scott. You can totally disregard that, Mir.
As realization come to, I realized that I was half tempted. I had my hand on my gun, like I was contemplating threatening his life should he refuse to. But realization that possibly dying into space isn't going to get me my answer, I walk up behind him and say, I trust you. If you feel that we're not going to be able to make it to the other side of that ship in one piece, and you think it is in our best interest to head back, I regretfully understand.
You can tell was starting to get a little bit scared. Like, he was shaking, and it wasn't just from the vibrations of the ship. And he kind of turns and, not slowly, but he's like pretty quick to like flip around and like head back to your ship.
Thank you, sir.
Kind of terrified. He didn't realize what he was getting into until it was pretty much he was there staring at it, and he's probably not going to be okay.
Just to make it creepier, I'd be like, it was beautiful, wasn't it?
He just kind of nods and's like, yep, sure was. Let's get back.
Teeth.
All right, we
God,
have one
I
member
really
of the crew that when it sees me will automatically turn and go the other direction going forward.
Yep. From now on, when he sees you in the hallway, he is going to do a 180 and walk the other direction. You do eventually make it back to the ship in one piece. And as soon as the door opens, he is out of there.
I don't mean.
Oh, I'm waiting. I'm waiting at the docking bay. He's going into quarantine.
Which one?
No ifs, ands, or buts.
Both?
I'm not 100% certain that Gellerfield held up. He could be a demon.
I would totally not disagree with my navigator on this point. No one knows more about this shit than him or a psyker. And sadly, my psyker is not available at the...
Yeah,
honestly, when you show up...
The mechanic has shit he needs to do, and if those things don't get done, we can't afford him to be in quarantine. The pilot, however, I'm going to take special care of him. Basically, just like, that was a fucked up situation. I apologize. I'm glad you're back. But he's going to be under observation. Not necessarily quarantine like you're in lockdown, but just, hey, buddy. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, let's go over here.
When you go in there, you see him, but if you look to see me, I'm just sitting cross-legged Indian style on the floor, and I look sad. And you just kind of hear this occasional soft mumble, so close, with occasionally rocking back and forth. Not quite to, like, the crazy person's rocking back and forth eccentric, but just, I need to have some kind of motion because I'm upset and I don't want to do anything, and it was probably a really good thing I didn't have my gloves.
Oh, gosh. It's probably a very good thing you don't, because I'm sorry, you probably wouldn't have a ship anymore.
Yeah, and there is a little bit of me that kind of feels bad that I'm contemplating holding my gun to the head of the pilot to make him go for it.
That
Just
probably
a
didn't
little
help
bit.
things.
What's that?
I said that probably didn't help things.
Yeah, especially since no one but you knew about it. You can feel as bad as you want, but if no one else knows...
Right?
Good old inner turmoil.
Makes for a fun character, admittedly.
For sure.
What can I say? I don't like playing bland characters.
Oh, hell no. Why do you think I'm giving y'all so much free? I know y'all are going to be a bunch of fucking psychopaths. I've played with y'all before.
The good news is we've got 2 more warp checks to do.
Yep.
Yay!
Yay, I might have more ghost ships.
Oh, no. You don't understand. This is good. Really good. If the worst thing I have to worry about is you dying, this is a great warp.
That's so fucked up.
Is it wrong, though, Miranda?
No.
Exactly.
Oh, let's see here.
All right, so it looks like I rolled the last set, so this would be yours, Miranda.
And I do want to say, because of my whole auto sanguine thing, I did heal up that 1 point of damage since we were like in space for
Yep.
part of it.
40.
Oh, 10 is not good. 10 is not good. Minimize. I don't want to know. That is on my navigator and GM. Admittedly, that is something very hard for me to do, is leave things for other people. Yeah. Is there honestly a difference between 50 and 58?
Yes.
Okay. That's good enough for me. I don't need to know more.
Ooh, yeah, that's a tough choice.
Not on me. On my navigator to choose.
Okay.
Go, navigator.
Don't fuck us over. I'm going to guess there's not a good selection, but I'm not going to want to know, honestly.
I'm gonna do that second one first.
Okay.
So, you guys, it's been a while since you saw the ghost ships, and things have been going okay for now. But suddenly, it's probably been a week since that passed, and suddenly out of nowhere, the ship starts to like vibrate, and kind of like when you're out at open sea and like on a boat, like basically rocks back and forth from side to side. That's kind of how it feels right now. If you were to go down into the lower decks, you would find most of the people on ship feeling very nauseous, and it's not a good sight down there or a good smell down there at all. And if you were to ask your navigator, he'd tell you that he did not foresee this. This warp storm must have came from somewhere, just came out of nowhere. So what I'm gonna have you do... Oh...
Roll dodge check on sickness rolls.
Other skills to roll accordingly. Because this is definitely going to be related to population and morale.
Quit giving her ideas.
No, I'm just trying to figure out, I guess it would just be a navigation, warp roll.
All right.
You'd get a +10 from the hull.
Oh.
Oof.
And, ooh.
No,
You
bad.
did
No. I didn't do the +10.
Nah,
It
you
don't
did.
matter.
It wouldn't have.
Of all the possibilities, you did insanely.
All right,
I
give
did
me
as
a
worst
moment.
as I could.
Of course, you'd have to like crit fail.
Oh, God.
Which in this game is a crit success. Deckard.
No, crit fail is not a good thing.
Nope.
Because you normally look at the association of green is good, red is bad. In this, with our rules, red is good, green is bad.
Yeah, pretty much all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you, Roll20. Fuck you right to hell.
God damn it, I don't have the skill yet to go with it. Well, admittedly, Roll20 fucks us as often as possible.
The other option would not have been that much better.
No, it wouldn't have.
A critical failure doesn't have much worse of an option than what you...
It could wind up being the same outcome.
A game
That's
roll
not worse, technically. It's equal.
No. Nope.
Roll20 is kind of like that bad relationship you keep coming back to and never know why.
Why did I have to burn my 2 fate points?
So when did the fate points reset? Session?
Session,
Yep.
yeah.
Oh. Let's see here.
The good thing about not having such a critical role as far as moving around, I don't feel as obligated to use my fate points immediately.
But you have to make 5 fucking checks for a single thing. And then 5 warp encounter bullshit.
Have fate points I can spend, but can I spend them in your fate? Does that work?
No. I don't know.
Yeah. I didn't think so, honestly.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm just trying to figure out how best to do this. Let me actually just look at something
It's
quick.
bloody Warhammer. If you didn't come into this expecting your character to die day one, you don't know what Warhammer is.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 4,
Sincerely,
5,
I
6,
expected
7,
this mission to fail outright day one. I've just been trying my hardest not to be the first one in the line of defense.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Damn, that must make me stupid. I stood out in front, I charged into their face, and I went out after a ghost.
Nah, not at all.
I need someone to roll
what
me.
about something like 1d4 or 2d2 like ship functions that go down?
Alright, what do you need, Mir?
I need a 1d15.
Nope.
Yeah,
You just went rolling d15.
Oh.
You forgot the 1.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that fucking rolls. Yeah. Exactly.
Weird. Okay.
Yeah, because it's always assumed the 1 is implied. It's only when you do the range and you forget to put the range that it ends up going with the with the set value.
Oh, because like the slash. I think it's with the slash. Because I've done roll / D something, and it always comes up with the number.
Okay, so... Oh, 1 second. What?
Don't worry, Mayor. We know it's bad. Just let it out.
I also am going to need, actually, I need to figure out how much, Garfield. Sorry, trying to find the one frickin' chart that I needed. You do feel like there is, like, the ship not really, it hitches a little bit, and you can tell that something somewhere on the ship just got annihilated, pretty much. Shepard, are you like plugged into the machine or into the ship at all?
I wouldn't have been when that happened unless I was specifically working on something that I felt required it. But the moment that I felt something like that, I would immediately plug in to kind of diagnostic where the fuck something went wrong, so I can get.
You're pretty sure that one of the quarters in like the upper decks, which you guys, that's where you have either your guys' quarters or the luxury quarters. Something up there just got pretty much is on fire, pretty much, and is pretty much burning.
I will immediately jump in an elevator or whatever the fuck it is, however it is I get up there. I think I was thinking about hitting the intercom, but I probably didn't think I was going to yet, but I still ended up hitting it anyway. And the bridge basically, God damn it, fucking shit. My fucking room's on fire.
What room?
Wait, what?
What room is on fire now?
Our living quarters?
Emergency repairs to our living quarters. The living quarters are on fire now. Put them...
Was that directed at me or a shipwide announcement?
Shipwide.
Because mine's supposed to be no shit, dumbass. I'm on my way.
I'm sorry, I would not address you. It would just immediately go shipwide as I was addressing everyone that could.
Yeah.
Just logical assumption. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I just wanted to make sure you weren't screaming that at me and be like, you bark these orders to everyone. Because my first thing is, no shit, I'm aware, because I just accidentally told you. And if you had time to tell it and yell at me, you could have done it yourself.
At that point, I wasn't really listening to you. It was more important to get the orders out.
So I'm on my way up there to put the fire out. I get up there. How bad is it?
So most of the luxury quarter is completely decimated, and it's worked its way into some of the crew's living space as well. Probably like just one little sector, I don't know, maybe 10 extra bedrooms.
Speed.
That's what I'm referencing, like when I said I accidentally hit the button for you. I wouldn't have stopped at like some kind of relay station to page the deal. I would have used the micro bead.
Yeah,
Is
that
what I
makes
was.
the most.
What's that?
I said that makes the most sense. It's just at the time of what you said, nothing else mattered other than the order. More or less ensuring when you got there, there would be other people following you to help.
Fair enough. Yeah. To putting all the fire out as quick as I can to mitigate damage.
Yes, our quote-unquote luck. I don't know if that's good or bad, but I'm fucking horrified. Anyways.
That's terrible.
God damn it.
So
anyways. Our luxury quarters are our quote-unquote passenger transport area.
Yep.
Alright, Mir, how fucking awful is it?
So you guys do take 10 to morale.
I'm going to do the morale thing to where I can challenge that. I don't know what it's called. Give me 1 sec. I'll find it.
You think you're sad, but you're not.
Yeah, it's pretty much a rogue trader skill. It's pretty useful.
Ooh, HelloFresh is giving away 8 free meals to new customers.
Also, CJ, if you want to roll a -10 command test for the order that you called to get a firefighting team crew going.
I'm going to mildly argue that, but I have to pull up /ship sheet because the command bridge is the longest command, blah, 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 +5 to ballistics, and +5 to command. Or wait, no. Command tests, yeah. So I got +5 at least. It's something.
Every little bit helps.
Damn right.
Especially today.
I'll just say it as there's a reason I'm on the bridge almost all the.
I mean, it makes sense.
What, you mean captains aren't on the bridge because they're the captain?
Nah, because that command bonus.
Okay. So they definitely, as soon as they hear your voice on the loudspeaker, there's already a bunch of people jumping to it. And by the time Shepard gets up there, they've already got it under control and are trying to put the last little bit out.
All right, so what's our morale / popular? What's our?
Since no one was really in the area when it went off, it doesn't take a hit to your population, but it does take a hit to your morale, which was the D10 or the 10.
Give me 1 sec. I'm trying to find it. Alright, I'm dumb. Where's morale?
What are you just trying to look for it on the sheet?
Yeah, any sheet, either sheet.
It is.
I mean, I know it's a command test to counter it, but I still gotta find it first. And I can only counter it by 1, so it's not really huge. But I will take every point.
I don't see it on there, but I can move us over to... Doop. Let's see here.
Alright, command test, see if I lose 9 or 10 morale.
Crew population.
Let me check it. I know I have to find it, and it annoys me that I don't know exactly where it is, so give me 1 sec.
Threatening, that's not it. It's replenishing.
Son of a bitch, level 2. Never mind.
There'll be ways, though, to replenish it. Just depends on where you guys end up.
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely looking for a port of some. So, last line of my document is 90 of 100.
Okay.
Bleh. Things I tried to fight hard against.
Sometimes it happens.
I literally can't stop it right now. I'm not of level. Next level I have things and abilities. Well, not exactly, but soon.
Alright.
After all this, we gotta have some XP coming our way.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I figure I'll give it to you guys at the end of our session, so that way you guys can spend some time thinking about what you want to do, and yeah. I mean, I know most of you guys are people that plan ahead and probably already have mapped out what they're going to choose, but
Nope, surprisingly not for this go.
Not at all.
... Maybe. I might be ready to level 5 already. ... Maybe.
CJ probably knows what he's going to do for the next 5 tunes at this point. That's how invested he's been and anxious to play.
Nah, I've got 2/3 ships. I made 1 character solidly. That's it.
I've only rolled 2 characters so far. 2 navigators to be exact.
I only rolled 1. This may sound awful, but I know that if I die, the campaign's over. I don't mean it mean, but everything is hinged on me being alive.
he means it mean.
That's kind of why I've very strongly been trying to stay alive. That's like most of my feats and things. Though I totally expect to die. Don't get that twisted.
54. So that was 100. What does he... That would mean...
Damn. That's a really nice ship sheet you got there, Mir. I like it.
Yeah, it's a little bit more actual ship sheet than the other one is. At least you're pretty certain, Scott, that you're still on track in the right direction. And that the warp storm was just a minor rough spot. A little bit of turbulence.
So how many more checks do we have to not die for?
None. Ish.
Okay, how
That was it for this
how far are we from our destination? I guess is the best estimation of the question.
You are very, very close. And actually, when we pull out of orbit, I actually have one more thing to do, but I'm going to do that in private messages. But you will be pulling out into real space in a moment. But before we do that, we need a navigation warp test from our navigator.
Go, Scott.
One more roll.
It's a
How
hard
many
gonna
one.
fate
go-
points?
It's a negative
I'm
20.
Oh god.
But I get a plus 10. I need to do up a new sheet because my current one is very...
Blah blah blah. I'm a commander. You do good. Plus 10.
Okay. So pilot plus 10 navigation pilot through warp. We're still going through the warp into real space.
Correct.
So yeah, as long as I don't roll another 100, that would be super great if we could avoid that.
Awesome.
Yay!
Why couldn't we do that before?
It wanted you to earn it.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. So you pull out into real space. Oh, God damn it. And where were you trying to end up?
On the edge of our destination, so on the outer edge. So it'd still probably be another day, maybe 2, to get to where we're going in real space.
Where'd our ship go?
I don't know. I don't see it at all.
Me neither. Da, da, da.
Holy shit. Oh, good.
Oops, that's not what I wanted. Damn it.
We have arrived.
All right. So is that like where you guys were thinking?
It's not horrible.
My response to the captain is I'd suggest we probably make dock somewhere to kind of stock back up on things and maybe get some supplies so I can repair our luxury quarters.
Most bloody, definitely.
And you realize that Scott was actually pretty far off on his estimation. It only took you 25 days to get out here. So just under a month.
That's
Well,
way bloody.
it was my expert piloting that shaved time off the estimate.
Yep,
Of
exactly.
course.
Yeah, we rode that storm to gain some extra time.
Yep.
Storms happen. You just make best do what you can.
I'm sure there's some people on the ship that think the ghost ship helped guide you guys through. In fact, you hear rumors down in the hull that that is the case.
But the thing is, did the ghost ship really got anything? It was only my little ship that went after it. Our ship didn't do any. Or are you just saying that it's kind of shuffled us through?
It kind of just showed you the way through. Like it was guiding you through, like riding out beside us and helping our navigator find his way. They don't know really what was going on at all. That's what they are thinking because we got here so fast.
I'm not gonna lie. As much I think my character would be, as much as I wanted to know more about that ship, there's a large part of me that thinks that room was a bunch of horse shit.
Hey, Navigator, are you going to attempt to make a map of this?
No, I'm updating my maps as I go along, for sure.
Please do. Of all the people I can think of, I would most definitely want someone who does not exist to protect the guide to the entire Corona system, or expanse, if you will.
Someone who does not exist?
According to the Imperium, please tell me your step.
Well, according to the Navy, I'm deceased, but that's a mere clerical error.
Those happen often.
Yes, and sadly, they're written as truth. But a dead man is not bound by laws. You could own the map of this.
I could not own anything that belongs to my house.
Then your house could own the sector. If they own the map. But who has a map of this sector?
This is one of the most explored areas of the million planets of the Imperium. The accuracy of the maps vary widely, but there are more.
That matters quite a bit, doesn't it? If I know where I'm going, it makes my life much easier versus a wildly inaccurate, quote, map.
True enough.
If you own the map, do you not own the value of the map?
Well, the interesting bits come where you find what's not on the map, which we may or may not find as we go.
Who said anything about time frame? I plan to be here forever. This is my future. And if you were lucky, it'll be yours too.
My future, my destiny lies ahead. That one thing we can definitely agree upon. I plan to make a name for myself, and hopefully you will be one to help me.
That's the idea. That's the plan. No worries, Jay.
But yeah, this is where we were going to end it anyway, so.
I have other things to offer you later. Just right now, they haven't came to fruition.
Oh no, I'm fine with everything up to this point. It's been fun and amusing. I just don't want to play too late into the night, to be honest.
Yep, no, I figured we'd go till. I honestly was going to stop it at 9, but it just seemed better to just keep going until we got to a good stopping spot.
I'm not going to disagree.
Yep.
We were kind of in a mildly awkward.
We were in the middle of the warp. Who wants to stop there? It's a terrible spot to stop.
I did. I wanted to stop there and get on another fucking ship.
I mean, that's true. You did.
Yeah, and we would have left your ass. Sorry, but yeah, we would have.
Poor Gerald. He didn't know what he was getting into.
Oh, that's his name?
Now he has 10 insanity. He's hit the first stage.
He'll make a
Damn,
great
Jay.
servitor.
Somehow I feel mildly okay with fucking an NPC's life.
You drove someone insane before I went insane. I'm mildly impressed.
We have 20,000 NPCs to drive insane. It's fine.
Yes, there are plenty more.
That's a really good argument. I'm okay with it.